Welcome, guys. It's another episode of The Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover. It's proudly sponsored by Treasure Boxing Club. And today, we're joined by our guests, Eddie and Christian. Welcome, guys. It's another episode of The Neutral. So yeah, guys, thanks for coming on. Eddie returning again. Christian.
Got the chance there.
Yeah, got Christian.
My pleasure.
Big Bolo.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, man. So, we're going to talk about a few things. As we know, the Day of Reckoning is coming up shortly. So, we're going to talk about some of the fights on there. As we know, you're part of Team AJ. We have a man who's not so quite a Team AJ member, Christian.
Anti
shower. Don't label me. I'm not anti anybody. I'm just here to just say what I see. You know.
Well, you've got your opinions. We'll get into that. But first thing first, I see recently you was out in France and you was in the camp with Don Charles, helping prepare Tony Yoka. I saw him sparring some guys like Daniel Dubois and who was the other guys he was?
The Sharif.
Yeah, Sharif and some.
Yeah, Sharif and some other ways, I'm not too sure the names. One Cameroon guy. And Hosea Stewart, he's kind of a new young heavyweight.
I know him.
You know, yeah.
So he fought out in Belgium against Riyad Merhi. Because I see he fought out in France, in Paris, against the Belgian. Is he Congolese as well?
He's Belgian. I'm not too sure where he's from, but he's Belgian.
Yeah, but he's black, so I don't know.
Yeah, he could be anything. I'm not too sure where he's from, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I don't think he's Congolese. I think he's from something else in Africa, somewhere else. But he's Belgian. Could be. Yeah.
So how was that experience out in France with Mr. Yoka?
Yeah, it was a good experience, and I've got to thank Uncle Don Charles for giving the opportunity to be in the corner to work with them. Even though it was a short period, it was like I only had 3 weeks or 2 weeks, something like that, to work with Tony Yoka. And it was a good experience, and like I said, I'm trying to get into more of the coaching side of things. The anticipation was great. I realised that Tony Yoka's quite big in France. Like we'll say, I think he's the AJ of Paris. I didn't know. I never knew until I went down there and I saw, cause I see him here and he's a normal, humble guy, but in Paris, it's different levels, you know what I'm saying? So taking us to this fancy restaurant, all these things, got all media on him, and so I thought, all right, okay, this guy's quite big here. Yeah. It was a good experience. Unfortunately, as you know, we came up short. We went to decisions and we lost the fight. It's controversial. Some people think that he won the fight. Some people think he lost the fight. So it's...
Yeah, it was a bit controversial because, and I noticed one of the judges, he scored it 96-94 against him, and he did that in the exact same last fight of Tony Yoka, the exact same referee. Yeah. The exact same judge.
Who did fight? Was it?
He fought Carlos Takam last time. Yeah. And it was that judge, Vincent Dupas. He scored it against him. If you look at against...
so it was the same guy?
The same guy.
You see, this is what Don was talking about. Something not right. But like I said, no excuses. We came up short in it. It is what it is. Tony should have done more. Should have done more. And it depends how you look at the fight. I talked to Christian about it, and it just depends how you look at the fight, But I just feel that, some judges look at the work rate. Even though he was getting the clean jabs and the cleaner shots, the other guy was more busier. And yes, he was blocking most of the shots, but he still was working more. And that's what the judges... Some judges will look at the jabs. I mean, for an example, with me, I look at it's more the quality than quantity. Yes. Punches, you know what I mean? I'll see that he was able to hit him with a jab all the time, use the range, but he was getting hit a lot, even though he was blocking it, and that's what the judges saw, that the other person was busier. So,
Yeah, he's got all the tools. I see he had a couple of his family members on the undercard as well.
Yeah. His two brothers, two young brothers, box as well. So they won the fight. So I was hoping for the third win, but we didn't get it, unfortunately. But that's how boxing goes, you know.
Yeah. Well, Tony Yoka, keep your head up, and yeah, man, you'll be back, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into the main crux of this thing. So
no, stick with Tony Yoka, right?
We
got to stick with Tony Yoka, right? Because even though, the scoring is what it is. However, I don't know who this other guy is. I don't know his pedigree. I don't know his background. And
the other guy that
boxing,
I think it was a cruiserweight. Funny enough, I think it was a cruiserweight, and he come up to heavyweight.
because he was quite a short one.
He's
Yoka should not be allowing the judges to be even and people saying and arguing. Wait, if you're a Olympic champion, right, and you're fighting someone who you have more natural attributes, you have better attributes than him. You're taller, you got more reach, you got a pedigree of the you've gone to Olympics, he's won the gold, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's won the gold.
Joe Joyce.
He beat Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is not an easy person to beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even though he's a bit static, but he's not an easy person because he can absorb and he can take punches and he can fight in terms of he knows he can give it back. You know, he can take it and he can give it back.
And he's a hard man to keep off.
Yes, exactly, because he's just constantly coming. Only the person that beat him was Zhang. Yeah, that guy's a big guy as well, you know, and he can punch too.
Stronger than him as well.
Yeah.
But same, equally strong. So.
Yeah, so in that sense there, Joe Joyce is a tough fighter, but you should not be allowing, I think, as a pedigree, with your pedigree, allowing the judges to be scoring that. You should outclass him, you know. Yeah. You should not even allow this whole, let's have it's controversial judging or something. You should be doing way better than that. Yeah. For me personally, and I don't think he did. You know, it was just it wasn't.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's too what Christian's saying. He had his 2 losses, right? Am I correct? Back to back. He lost to Bakoli, or was it Takam
Bakoli
first?
And then Takam.
Takam, yeah. So it's and this was like a redemption.
Yeah. And
obviously, he should have really just. The guy was there for the taking. Honestly, I think Tony Yoka's got all the boxing attributes. He's tall, he's 6'6", 6'7". He's got a long reach. If you look at his body athletically, he's got everything. But I think the pressure got to him because obviously he's a big star in France, and then there's a lot of pressure. Like I said, he's sponsored by a lot of these sports stuffs, and people love him out there. You know what I mean? Because he's quite a humble guy. And I think it just got to him. And I think what he wanted to do, he just wanted to play it safe, but then by playing it safe, the guy stole it from him. So it's really it's just frustrating because I know he could have done more. Yeah. Because I saw when he was sparring, he was doing all these things that was perfect, and he was more busy. But for some reason in this fight, he just he wasn't busy enough. Even though I would say I could easily say he won the fight, just back nicked it, but for them to say that the other guy won. I can't argue that neither.
It wasn't convincing enough.
Yeah. It wasn't convincing enough, and he wasn't busy enough. That's what it is. Although he was getting good jabs, it wasn't enough for the judges. For
that other fighter, what's his name again?
Riyadh.
He showed more pedigree in the ring. You know, his combinations, his punch selections. You know, he was throwing different punches. He was going up. He was going down. He was throwing combinations. He was countering. You know, he was doing all the things that you want to see a boxer do. You know, he was putting the pressure on him. You know, even when some slight pressure came on him, he will counter it. You know, so whereas Yoka, he wasn't showing that. You know, in terms of that guy should not even be getting close to him. That guy should be swinging and missing. He should be swinging and missing. You know,
I have to agree. Yoka was part of him. He shouldn't really be catching him. And he just allowed, even though he was blocking it, and in his mind it's like, you're not getting me, I'm blocking everything. You should still not allow for someone to hit you. They just have to work to hit you, especially someone that tall. You should not allow anyone to just hit him when they want.
So what's he like outside of him? Because I've heard that he's quite affiliated with some of the big boys in Paris and stuff. He's in music videos, as you said. Couple of roadmen in Paris.
Yeah, he's big in France. I'm not gonna lie, he's big in France, and obviously he knows a lot of people that say celebrities that go to France. He will meet up with them and party with them. We have his P Diddy, the Burner Boys, and everything. He even took us to one restaurant and goes, "Yeah, I think we were here with this person." So he's quite big. I for some reason I should have I knew that he was big, but I didn't know until I went France to see like, yeah, he's definitely a star in France. There's no doubt about it. It's so disappointing that he didn't win this fight, and all he had to do was just be a bit more busier, and he would have got the win. But you know, we're gonna go back to the drawing board, and obviously he's got to take time off with his family because Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
Then when he does come back back in camp, we'll make a few adjustments. I don't think there's not that much adjustment to make, just a few things. And for him to understand his attributes and how tall he is, and understanding to fight tall, that's all it is. He needs to fight tall.
Yeah.
And he needs to like cut it all out, you know, all this party with this guy.
Yeah,
cut the whole out. It's like, I swear, like,
there won't be party when he comes back to London.
Because this thing's harsh, man. Like, like life's harsh in terms of look. If you just keep losing, right?
Yeah.
Listen, you're gonna wave to some people that were all up on you back in the days when you were winning. You're gonna wave to them, and they're gonna be like, hey, "Who's this? Who's this bum?"
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
it's true. That's
how it is.
Fans are fickle. Fans are fickle.
That's how it is.
It's a harsh. It's an unforgiving sport boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Very unforgiving.
You're good as your last fight.
That's
You know what I
it.
mean? You got to keep coming with hits. It's like music. You know them guys that come up with one hit. Like,
you got to keep.
and
there
then
you go.
and they don't have a hit like now after like 6-7 years. You see them in working in some supermarket or something, and no one wants to know. I'm not saying it's gonna happen to him. I'm just saying though, but this is what you have to have in mind. This is the kind of pressure you got to have, you know, and just be like, look, forget all of that stuff, because if I don't focus on my bread and butter, which is boxing, right, all these things that are around me, people are only there because you're up, you know what I mean, or you're a bit famous. As soon as that goes, hey, people, they're not gonna answer your call. They're gonna be like, what?
It's true. They want to know you no more.
You know what I mean?
And
so you got
the sponsorship might go and things like that. And you know, you might not. For an example, like we went to the restaurant. I think obviously because he's a star, they allow him to eat, and they might know. You know, like he said, they might change, innit? Like
it's not they might.
Here's the bill.
You got to pay for this one.
It's like sorry, new manager.
New management. Sorry. I would, if it was me, I would, but you know.
Oh my God.
That's
So what about in the Congolese community? Is he quite famous out there?
Yeah, he's quite famous. Yeah. Because his dad's Congolese, and I think his mum's French, and he's quite known in the Congolese community. So even in the platform in the social media, the Congolese platform, they talked about it. In France, they literally. I was following, because I can obviously understand a bit of French. So I was following a bit of the media in France. That's all they're talking about the whole week is Tony Yoka. Tony Yoka needs to quit. He needs to retire.
Damn.
This and that. Like, it's really bad.
Oh man,
It's really bad.
Yeah.
So it's especially for him that's known like that with the big boys, and it's quite it's not an easy one for him.
This is a tough time.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it now.
It's a tough time, definitely.
All right. Well, let's move on to the Day of Reckoning.
Yeah.
So we have like a double main event. We've got Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. We have Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin. We have a stacked undercard, likes of Dimitri Bivol versus Lyndon Arthur. And we have Jaya Patai versus Elisoro. Philip Hergovich versus Mark Demori. We got Jarrell Miller versus Daniel Dubois, and so forth and so forth. So let's talk about like the main two guys.
Yeah.
They've been on a collision course for quite a number of years now. So the press conference, for instance, what did you make of it, and what do you think about these two fights in particular? We'll start off with Anthony Joshua and Otto Wallin. What do you think, Christian?
Joshua and Otto Wallin, that's I think that's like the safest fight there. You know what I mean? Like Deontay Wilder was saying, he needs to be the main event, because like they want to see excitement. And I understand what he's saying, but at the end of the day, it's not that way. You're exciting, but it's all about the numbers in terms of monetary and all that kind of stuff, and who can draw in the crowd. So AJ is one of those, is still the main guy that can draw in that crowd, because his fans are from all over. But that Otto boxer, from what I've seen, he's a standard boxer. You know, he fights. He's fought sloppy guys, and he hasn't really like put them out of there. You know, he's just kind of beat them and decisions and stuff like that. So it's not really, I don't think it's anything that Joshua should be worried about, as long as he just stick to the fundamentals and, you know, don't try to rush it, you know, get the rounds in, and eventually you probably take him out of there as well, you know. That's what I think. Yeah, it's not really something that I'm worried about. You know, there's certain fights that I will see that Joshua's fought, and I'll be like, "Ooh, okay, I don't know about this one. It's a bit wary. I'm a bit wary about this one, but with this one, I think he's got it in the bag."
Yeah. So what about you, Ed?
Yeah, I agree with Christian. Obviously, Otto Wallin is a good boxer. He went done 12 rounds with Fury.
Yeah, and he showed a good count of himself.
He gave Fury a bit of problems, but then people can argue Fury was just coming back, but he gave Fury problems. And really and truly, that fight should have been stopped because that cut was bad. Mm-hmm. That fight should have been stopped, and Wallin should have won that fight. But Fury, dig deep and obviously won the fight. But just like Christian said, I don't see Wallin as any problem for AJ really.
Well, he's a southpaw, and we know that that's been a problem for AJ, in recent times against Alexander Usyk, and we know Otto Wallin is a good boxer. He's beat the likes of Dominic Brazil, Murat Gassiev in Turkey most recently, which most people, including myself, I thought Gassiev was going to knock him out, and he managed to outbox him. And he's had a good string of about 5 victories since the Tyson Fury fight. He beat Sokolowski as well, and Sokolowski got a controversial loss to David Adelaide, and he was on a bit of a roll. So this could spell a bit of trickiness in the technical department, do you believe? Or do you feel that maybe AJ working with Ben Davison, he might have tightened up and is showing improvements?
Like I said, Usyk, let's get things straight. Usyk and Wallin are 2 different fighters.
Yes.
Yeah. Otto Wallin, although he's a southpaw, he doesn't move like Usyk. Yeah, he hasn't got fast feet like Usyk. He's quite static. That's my opinion, and he's there for the taking. I don't think southpaw will give Joshua any problem. Joshua beat him already before. I think it was in the Olympics, and
the Haringey Box Cup.
That's what Haringey. Yeah, that's it. And and obviously I don't think AJ's got any problem against his southpaw. It's just Usyk. And like I said, I don't see Otto Wallin. I mean, I respect Otto Wallin. He's a good fighter, and he's beaten. Like he went 12 rounds with Fury, beat Dominic Brazil. Was he by points or knocked him out?
Points.
By points. He's done semi-well, but like I said, he's not a major problem for AJ. Like I said, if he takes it easy and, gets the rounds in and just cook him, just cook him slowly and then take him out. Don't try to look for a spectacular, don't feel pressure to feel like I have to take him out like quick. Just take your time, and he will take him out. There's no way he's gonna last 12 rounds against AJ, with that power and skills that AJ has.
But what that Otto, what he's good at, from what I've observed, is he's good at distance. He's good at distance because he counters a lot. So when you think he's there, he's able to move back and counter. So that's one of his good things that I saw when he was in some of the fights that he's had. So it's just. Just don't rush him. You know what I mean? Don't rush him. Don't rush him. He
can box. He can box. I mean, he went 12 rounds with Fury, so he knows something.
And if you watch him, he is a technical. He's a
he can
technician.
box.
He's not a power puncher.
Yeah.
He's a technician.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
He
mean?
knows how to box.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. He's not like a walk in the park, but like I said, I don't think he's that much of a problem for AJ.
Yeah.
But we still respect him. Still respect him as a boxer.
So then moving on to Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker, both 2 former world champions, both kind of on the comeback trail since knockout defeats. Joseph Parker to Joe Joyce. He's had 2 victories since then versus Jack Massey and Sean Keane. And Deontay Wilder, obviously his last fight was quite a while ago against Robert Helenius, where he iced him in the first round. So how do you see that fight going between 2 former world champions?
This is a good fight. I think this is probably one of the best fights for the night, because you got 2 former champions. Deontay Wilder was a WBC heavyweight champion of the world, and he was for 5 years, right? He was champion for 5 years. And and then you got Joseph Parker, who was a champion as well. What belt did he have again? WBO, and Joseph Parker's quite skilled. He's a skilled boxer. I think he's an all-round fighter for me personally, and he knows how to box. He knows how to fight inside. He's got quick hands. So I think it's going to be a very challenging fight for Wilder. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for Wilder, even though people say that he's got that right hand and you'll just take him out. I don't think it's going to be quite like that. Parker knows, he's always training with Fury, so he knows the tricks, and Fury probably will tell him, like, this is what you need to do. So it's going to be a good fight. I mean, obviously, if I be honest, yes, I think Wilder will get him, but I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for Wilder.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a very challenging fight for Wilder.
Yeah.
So it can go both ways, but I sway more to Wilder. I just feel that Wilder will use his distance and just, you know, and then capitalize at some point. The right hand, and we'll see how Parker handles that. Just not too sure if Parker will be able to take Wilder's right hand.
Yeah, that's a good fair assessment. So what about yourself, Christian? How do you see this fight going?
I think I like Parker. I like Parker, right? Because he's one of the heavyweights that displays the most skill in terms of movement, in terms of how he throws his punches. But with Wilder now, obviously everyone keeps talking about Wilder's right hand, Wilder's knockout, and like that's his bread and butter. That's the only thing he knows how to do. So I think I've seen some footages of him like training and stuff. I think he's gonna go back and work on on what he's weak on, you know. Because yes, we all know he can knock people out, but everyone wants to see him box, you know. Because we're talking boxing, we want to see you box. So, and I've seen him and he looks sharp. So I don't think he's gonna just rely on that right hand. And if Parker is listening to Fury, because Fury is saying, basically what Fury is saying is avoid the right hand. So he's going to be trying to be like moving to his right, you know, so he can get away from Deontay's right. Yeah. But Fury is you know, when you get advice from certain fighters, I think, right, that advice is easier for certain fighters, for that fighter, than it is for you. For example, because Fury is how tall is Fury? Like
6'9".
6'9". And how tall is Parker?
6'4".
6'4". Yeah. So
I say Fury is 6'8". I know you say 6'9", but he's about 6'8".
Yeah, but he's still considerably taller than Parker.
Yeah, considerably taller. And so certain things that he can do and how he can avoid certain things might not be the same for Parker, you know. Yeah. But he's definitely a good person to get advice from, because he's fought Deontay numerous times and he's beat him, you know what I mean? So, and he's got up from the knockdowns as well. So, but I would say that for me, I would say Deontay, because what happens with Parker is as the rounds go on, and he starts to get worn down, he loses a bit of focus. He starts to kind of, you can see in him that it's like he's run out of what to do.
Unraveling.
Yeah, he's unraveling, you know. When he's comes at the beginning, the first 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds, he's I'm loving the movement. But as you see, when he starts to get tired, he starts to throw the shots and he starts to back up, and you can see in his face. So, and this is when Wilder's dangerous, you know, because even when Wilder's tired, he knows how to ride the shots, you know. There's times when he's been getting beaten up and you think, oh my days, Wilder's out of it, but he knows how to ride it, and then bang, he just comes with that right hand, you know, sets you up with that right hand. And so many people have said avoid the right hand, but they end up getting the right hand, you know. Look at Fury. How many times did he said avoid the right hand? You got it how many times?
You can't get away from that right hand. What you do, you're gonna get hit by the right hand at some point. That's the thing, you know. That's the thing. So you kind of, it's true what Chris, you can't just think, let me just get away from that right hand. You just got to think, how to beat this guy.
Yeah.
And that's it, and it's true what he said, because Parker, I think the last fight I see against Dillian White, after the first few rounds he was, you know, on it. Then after he lost concentration, and then his body language shows, like, you know what I mean? You can see that, okay, this guy's getting tired, or he's running out of ideas, and that's what he done against Joyce, you know, because when you're in the boxing ring, they can see you. The fight can see you. You know what I mean?
To be fair with Parker, remember it was the 12th round he dropped Dillian, so it's like he did finish strong in that last round. And you have to remember his pedigree. His best win so far is against Andy Ruiz. He gave him his first defeat, and he beat Hughie Fury, and he's beat Derek Chisora twice, and he's got some decent.
No, listen, like I said, Parker at all the heavyweights, which I agree.
Beat Carlos Takam as well.
Of all the heavyweights, he's probably an all-round fighter. He's got good movements, and you know what I mean, he's fast, he's good on his feet. He's an all-round fighter. I really respect. It's just his mindset is where I question. The boxing skills, I have no doubt he's probably the best in the game, but in terms of his mindset and heart, you know, what's going to happen in the later rounds? Is he got to show that same, you know, sign he showed against Joyce when he's like, oh, I don't know, you know, just kind of like not to show that he's like feeling sorry for himself, but like, you know, I don't know what to do now. I'm just gonna throw shots and you know, whatever happens. And if Wilder sees that, she's like, okay, you're tiring, or you don't, like, he's gonna capitalize.
Yeah.
You know, because you're in the ring with that person. When you're in the ring with somebody, they see you, they see your reaction, they work on it.
So you both come to the conclusion that, so you're both picking AJ and Wilder to get through their fights. So providing they both do, that will lead on to Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder next. So how do you see that fight going, and why do you see it going in a particular way? What attributes have you seen from both of the men, pros and cons in the past? And what's your assessment on that fight?
Ask Christian first.
We're talking boxing, right?
Yeah, we're talking boxing.
The streets.
All right.
We're talking boxing. Fire away, champ.
All right. No, for me, right. I think it will be a close one, right? Because they both have strengths and weaknesses. It will be a close one, but I think Deontay will take it, because just based on Anthony Joshua's past performance when he's been rattled, you know, when he got rattled by Ruiz, right? Like, that shot there made me think, this Anthony Joshua is not good at taking these shots, you know, and that was Ruiz. He got rattled by Dylan White when they had their fight. Dylan got him, and you can see he was stumbling a bit. He held it together, which was good. However, that's Dylan White. That's not Deontay. You know what I mean? Deontay's shots are, you know, and that guy, he's the way he finishes people. You know, that's another thing with Deontay Wilder. It's not just about the right hand and it's just one-time knockout. It's that once he wobbles you, he's like a helicopter. The way his hands just spinning.
Keep throwing, champ.
Keep throwing.
Just keep throwing, champ.
He's just like ba 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 ba. He's all on you, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so I think just for the fact that just Deontay's punching power, and right now as well, AJ is he's nervous. I think his mortality has been shown to him, you know, because at the beginning when he was coming up, he just beat what's his name, Klitschko, right? And from that win there, he felt on top of the world, you know, and his confidence was high, you know. And this is in boxing. Anyone that boxes, you know, if you get beaten and you get beaten badly, right, it takes something out of you, you know, and it makes you just kind of start doubting yourself. You're trying to be too careful. You're trying to be too perfect, you know. And it's in that moment when you're thinking, when you're trying to, and you're hesitating, that's when that shot comes, boom, you know. And then you start scrambling, thinking, I was being careful, still got hit. Should I go crazy? And I still get hit. So you start, I just think Deontay is more of an animal. He's more hungry for it. You know, he went toe to toe with Fury. You know what I mean? He nearly won. Some people even said he won. You know what I mean? Because they done the count. You know, there was
Which
like
fight
funny
was that?
count.
Which
The
fight
first
was
one.
that?
Yeah,
The
the
first
first one. They said that the count was a bit dodgy. And then there was another conspiracy theory as well regarding the gloves.
Oh, come on now.
Like, no, but I'm just saying, like, there's things that made you think, okay, do you know what, this guy could have done something, you know. So,
Did you believe that he put something in his gloves?
no, it's not that he put something that
Egg
the gloves was just like the way it was tied. It was a bit weird. But anyway, listen, look, you lost.
Well, now we've got Clarissa Shields blaming sparring partners for taking padding out of gloves.
Sparring partners.
Did you see what happened to her?
I saw pictures of it. Like, she got laid down.
She got laid down.
Dropped.
She got dropped. It was a clean drop with a left hook.
She
the
left her chin up.
She left her chin up. She ran for the right and didn't cover up, and then she got left hook, and she dropped on the floor.
She's going down a dangerous path.
She needs to calm down. Yeah. Like, she's a woman. We respect women boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But stop thinking you can compare yourself to men and things and that. Because it's a dangerous
road to go down.
To go. She should stop doing that. But I do respect her. She can box, and she's really good.
She's definitely a good boxer.
And good boxer.
But
she shouldn't feel bad. I mean, people get dropped in sparring anyway.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
It's not a big thing, but you don't have to keep like coming with excuses and saying this and that, and it's just making it worse on yourself. So just You know, she got dropped. That's it.
And the person that's just calling out, like, as well, is crazy. You know what I mean? You're calling out Keith
Furman,
you know what I mean?
Triple G,
one-time Furman,
Triple G,
Triple G,
yeah.
Triple G.
Yeah,
come on.
She goes, I know he's old, but he's getting on. But
she's just getting hit too much in sparring, man. She's not thinking straight.
If this is a marketing thing, right? Great marketing, because everyone's gonna be speaking about your name, right, and all that kind of stuff. But I just think that, look, you're calling out the best of the best.
Yeah, she shouldn't do that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you haven't even been challenged in your division, like in the women's division, because no one has challenged you the way that you're going to be challenged by these guys. You get me? Like, so you shouldn't even be calling them out. Like, call out the people below. You know what I mean? Call out people like less, and then work your way up if you're going to win. But
like I said, I got love for her. Like, I got love for Clarissa. Like, I respect her skills, and I'm a fan of hers. But I just think she just needs to be realistic in certain things, in certain boxing, and, you know, don't let ego get to you and think that you can challenge anyone, and it doesn't work like that.
But when it's all said and done, if you believe you can do it, go and do it. You know what I mean? Let us see. You know what I mean? Let's see. If you believe in yourself, and you want to do something and you think you can do it, look, I have my own opinion, but you could prove me wrong. I don't know. You know what I mean? You could prove me. I'm open to be proven wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, but however, if you get hurt, if it doesn't go your way, like, let's not make it into another big deal or something.
She probably can be up certain mandem. You know what I mean? Certain people that don't like, certain guys that don't know boxing, she definitely can whoop certain guys. Yeah, that's no doubt about it. But she needs to understand that can't be challenging the professional world champions on them levels, and no, it's not a good way. Like,
Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price cannot beat Usain Bolt in a race.
No.
As great as she is. Do you know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. But back to AJ Wilder. What's your, how do you see this, and what's your assessment on both
let's
guys?
hear
Listen, you know where I'm going to swerve with AJ, you know this, and obviously.
Absolutely.
And I'm not trying to be biased out here. I'm just trying to look at the Wilder, who has he fought? We'll see how he fights against Parker, but really and truly, apart from Fury, who has he fought really to say that he's been in a challenging? If you look at AJ's fight, for all his mandatory top fighters, you know, from the Klitschko to Takam to Joseph Parker to Povetkin to Pulev to Ruiz twice, he fought top fighters. Wilder's only fought Fury, and was it Luis Ortiz?
Luis Ortiz.
Oh, come on, how old is he?
I don't know.
How old is he? Luis Ortiz.
They say that he's another age.
We know this guy's 50.
He's a ringer. He's a ringer.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah.
So you fought him twice. You fought an old man twice. Yeah.
No, but listen, hold on. Let's not try to do that. Look. Luis Ortiz was one of the most skillful heavyweights.
Definitely,
right? Even though his ages, we're debating his age, right?
Yeah.
He was one of the most skillful, right? And for him to fight Luis Ortiz and beat him, it's not only because, Luis Ortiz's age is debatable.
Yeah.
However, Deontay Wilder doesn't have the pedigree of these people. You know what I mean? This guy I think he's shown the most improvement out of all of the boxers.
Luis Ortiz?
No. Wilder. I think he's shown the most improvement. And this guy
what improvement have you seen? Like, let's be real. Like, no disrespect here to Wilder, which I respect, a former champion. But what improvement have you seen since he started? Like, I don't know.
Well, the way he fought Fury was significantly improved from how he was, like, from the fights leading up to Fury. You know what I mean? Before it was just swinging, trying to get that right hand, 1-2, 1-2.
He done better.
But he gave Fury, who's now classed as the best heavyweight currently, right? He gave him problems, right? He knocked him down twice, right? So you can't just. It's not fluke, you know what I mean?
He done better. Yeah. But then did he really? Well, okay, he didn't really win the rounds.
No. And what I will say, I know you was talking about, Anthony Joshua. He got caught by Ruiz and he got caught by Dillian White. So when Wilder hits him, but you have to remember it was with White and Ruiz, they were both the left hooks that caught him. With Wilder, we know he doesn't have a left hook in his arsenal like that. But on the other hand, AJ did get dropped with a nice straight 1-2 by Vladimir Klitschko, which had his feet in the air with the red bottoms up. So
he got up though.
But he got up though. He got up though. He got up though like a champ, like a G.
Got up though, champ, and he fought back.
Yeah. So if Wilder hits him with that 1-2, unlike a 41-year-old Klitschko who was inactive for 18 months, it could spell problems. But then also on the other hand, with Wilder, you know, he got tapped by a man in Fury who's not really a relatively known big puncher. He got tapped with an uppercut that put him over. AJ, what he would need to do is use his actual size and muscle to wear out Wilder, because that's what Fury used. When you try to just stay on the outside of him, then he's not going to wear out. He's going to keep throwing. As we know, he keeps throwing, champ.
But that uppercut was more exhaustion. That uppercut.
No, the first one that dropped him early.
Was that the third fight?
Yeah.
Remember
he dropped him early
in the third round.
Yeah.
You know, we can argue that yes, it was exhaustion that, you know, when he got dropped by Fury, but he got dropped by Fury in the third round.
Yes,
which was fresh. So at the end of the day, he got back up. You know what I mean? And like I said, these are heavyweights. These are big guys. These are 19-stone guys. So anyone can get dropped by a punch. But
so what have you seen now, like from AJ, right? Like in this last couple fights that he's displayed that. Yeah. That he can basically
beat Wilder.
Yeah, take out Wilder.
Okay, let's go for the Franklin fight, and you can also comment on the Franklin fight. He boxed well, even though people didn't wanted him to knock him out, but I think he boxed well. He won all the rounds against Franklin, and he displayed patience and things like that. And I think he showed a bit of maturity. Do you know what I mean? And like, it's not like you can't just knock out everyone, boom, boom. It doesn't work like that. You got to box and things like that. Okay, against Elenius, you know, he only had a couple of days' notice to fight Elenius, because obviously
that was a late
Dylan White failed the drug test, you know, and obviously he had a couple of days, really, not even that, you know, to get ready for someone that's 6'8", someone that's taller. So he wasn't prepared to fight someone that's that tall. Not making any excuses, but you've been training to fight someone like Dylan White, and all of a sudden you're fighting someone that's different style, so it took a while for him to adapt to it, and then he got rid of him. But what I've seen from AJ is patience, and you know, he's matured in boxing. He understands how to pace himself and things like that. Obviously, yes. Could he have done better against Helenius? Yes. Could he have done better against Franklin? Yes. But you know, sometimes in boxing, you don't always look good, and styles make fights. You know what I mean? So, you know, Elenius was a bit tricky for him to get rid of, you know, because when he fought Wilder, and he went for Wilder, yeah, and got caught. But when he fought AJ, he didn't really go for AJ, so it was more kicking back and using the jab and things like that. And AJ had to try to hunt him and find a right hand, but he got rid of him, and he got rid of him with a right hand. And
so with AJ's temperament going into the fight, do you think that he might be a bit distracted and a bit too eager to impress, because we saw that he got into it with Jarrell Miller at the press conference, so his eye was then... At first, everything was all pleasantries between everybody on the stage. And then all of a sudden, AJ started trying to move to Otto Wallin, like, you saw it, he started getting a bit heated when Otto was kind of like the bystander. And all Otto said is, he beat me twice back in the amateurs, but I feel, you know, his prime's gone. And from that, AJ is like, he took his frustration, what he wanted to show on Jarrell Miller, out on little Otto Wallin, which seemed a bit
little Otto Wallin,
unusual.
Otto Wallin, he ain't little, yo.
Well, compared to Jarrell Miller, he is.
No, he's the same height as AJ. He's not no little one. But listen, at the end of the day, you have to understand this. This is a fighting sport, so it happens. You know, there's all this adrenaline, all this built up anger, and you know what I mean. At the end of the day, you know the history between Miller and AJ, so you can see in AJ's meaning and the way he just wasn't happy. Not to say he wasn't happy, but just, you know, was not there to make any friends. He's there to fight and things like that. And obviously him and Miller don't get on. Yeah. So, you know, imagine sitting next to the table against, you know, with your enemies, like, you know what I'm saying?
But what I think here with AJ right now, right, and this is just personal, this is from what I'm seeing, right, it's just that he's not having fun. Like, I just don't think he's having fun with this anymore. Like, it's like, because there's too much pressure on him. Like, there's too much pressure, and he doesn't know what to be and what to do. Like, because initially AJ was the gentleman boxer. You know, he came in with a suit. He looks good.
The girls have sugar.
Yeah, like, the girls have sugar. He comes in. He looks good. got the tie, got the suit.
Nothing's
you know what I
changed.
mean? Like, so at first he was that guy.
Yeah,
At first he was that guy, you know, and a lot of people were like, do you know what? That's what the crowd loved about AJ as well. Like, you know, the women loved that, the English people loved that, the British people loved that, you know. So, but then as now the pressure's got onto him more and he's taking some losses, then he's now thinking what he wants to do, he can't. What he wants to be, he can't be. So I feel like he feels like he's being. I think
he's fighting against himself.
Yeah, I think he's. Do you know what I think he should just be like? And do you know what as well? Because obviously we know his background. You know what I mean, and where he's come from to where he is now. You know, but his background there, I know that background. You know, there's a lot of pride in that background, right? There's a lot of ego in that background.
Well, you Nigerian?
Pardon?
Are you Nigerian?
No, I am Nigerian. However, I'm not talking about Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking
I know they're very prideful people.
No, I'm not talking about Nigerian. You know, I'm not talking about Nigerian. I'm talking about like from the roads, kind of like you know what I mean, from like growing up in London, in inner city.
He didn't grow up in London, though. He grew up in Watford.
No. That's me. I'm talking about me. Yeah, growing up in inner city London, but also even in Watford. You know what I mean? Even in Watford, yeah, just growing up in the inner city and coming up the way you come up here. There's a lot of pride.
North London and Watford's kind of like. It's togetherish. It's the same thing.
But it's a bit different though. It's not quite the same.
No, it's not about crime rates. We're not talking crime rates, or
No,
we're
I'm
not
not talking
talking
about crime rates.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm just talking about the lifestyle. It's a different lifestyle. The way Watford, man, they don't move like man from ghetto, like man from Lewisham and that.
Yeah.
It's a different. They're not. It ain't chains and grills in your teeth. And
No, that's the extreme. That's the extreme.
no, that's
of
inner
Lewisham.
city. That's inner city.
No, that's extreme.
You go to Halston,
No.
Stonebridge,
But that's-
New Cross, Deptford, Peckham, Bricks. We
No.
can start naming these.
No,
ends.
but that's the
Watford
extreme.
ain't part of that.
That's extreme.
Let's keep it above.
No. That's the extreme. But there's still ego and there's still pride.
No,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? There's still ego versus like young boys growing up in a certain type of neighborhood. There's ego, there's pride, and there's also the hate of like you hate to lose and you don't want to lose. So and you take things personal. You know what I mean? Things get that's how beef kicks off. You know what I mean? Really,
That's how it is on ends.
That's how beef kicks off.
We're very
'cause it's-
competitive.
I hate to lose and I take things personal. Even when someone didn't mean something personal like that. Like someone could just even hit your car. You take it personally, like
take it
road
personal.
rage. What?
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
mugging
yeah.
me off, like you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean. You take it personal. So this is
Pride.
this is why I feel like he's in that kind of space where he's just overthinking it. Mate, listen, you've done amazing things. You've done amazing things, right? From where you've come from to where you are now. You've made, I don't know, God knows how much money, right? And you've won the titles and you've done. Now I just think he should just relax a bit, and you can see it. You can see it from what you like. He's pent up, you know. He's pent up, and he's even that time when he lost that fight.
To Usyk.
So Usyk.
Yeah, he lost that fight
in Jeddah. Yeah,
mate. I felt that emotion, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he was talking, and
he was speaking his
everyone
heart.
was like, "What's going on, Adrian? What the like?" You know what I
speaking,
mean?
yeah.
But I know where it is. I
coming
know
from,
he's mad. He's pissed off, and
he's
you know what I
pissed,
mean.
yeah.
And he doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to do it because and I feel like he's trying to be someone that. He's trying to like please other people. He's trying to please people, and then when he doesn't work, he feels like, "What? I wasn't even trying to do what I'm trying to do.
What was it for?"
Yeah, and then I lost. You know, so I just think that right now you've done what you need to do. You've proved yourself. You've made the money. Just have fun with it now. Relax. Just the way that he was fighting Dylan that time, the first time he was fighting Dylan, you can see it was that
pride,
he was happy fighting him. You know, he was happy fighting him. So I think he should just need to chill out a bit, relax, just be yourself, have fun with it, man. You ain't got you've done what you needed to do, you know, and you're a good boxer. I think he's a good boxer, apart from certain things which we'll talk about.
But what I think the problem is also, a lot of people want him to fight like how he did against Dillian White, but you have to remember, there's a difference between when you're in your 20s and when you're in your 30s. When you're in your 20s, as you said, when we were young, growing up in the inner city, when we're on the roads, we were just fearless. We're not even thinking about half the things we're doing. We're running into the fire. Now, when you've got children, you've got responsibilities, you've got things on the line, you're a bit more cautious, you're a bit more hesitant, you're a bit more calculated. So in your 30s, like for instance, when you look at Lennox Lewis, when he had his high top and his rat tail, the way he was going in, boom, 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 he was going in. But when he started getting the dreads and he was in his 30s, he got knocked out.
Oliver McCall, he changed.
Yeah.
Remember that?
When he got the dreads and stuff, he was more cautious.
That's your mortality being exposed.
Yeah.
Someone exposes your mortality. Ruiz did that to him.
And I know a lot of people talk about, Lennox Lewis is the greatest of all time and stuff like that, and he's so great. But I remember there was a time when he was fighting, everyone used to say, Lennox is boring, man. All he does is just jab, hold. He's not really exciting, man. I can't. But then when it's all said and done, it's all great.
You appreciate it.
Yeah, you appreciate it more. But how Lennox fought in his 30s is not how he fights in his 20s, because you have a whole different mindset. So I think people need to wrap their head around that this is a new AJ, and this is how he's going to continue fighting. He's not going to be on this crash bang wallop kamikaze coming out with 2 Rambos and going, That's not how it works anymore.
No, but I think it's also with skill. Skill makes you slow down, I think. Or skill makes you like ease back a bit, like, because if you started boxing, for example, like when you first went to the gym boxing, right? And then they say hit the bags, you're like bah 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 bah. They say spar, bah 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 bah. Yeah. But in boxing, I think the more skillful you get, the more skillful you become, the more relaxed you become, the more you step back and you analyze.
Just like you've been, just like you are. Just like you are. Exactly.
Yeah, so with boxing, I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? But he's speaking the truth. It's true. Like, like the way you used to box before. How you used to be in it. You used to just boom, 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 and just knock out.
Hook happy.
You used to just drop people, right?
Yeah.
But now the way you're boxing maturely, you're taking your time, your defense is on point. You know what I mean? And you get me? That's what he's doing. So
that's due to, I'm sure, in a few sparring sessions or bouts, you've been buzzed, and it's made you know yourself and think, definitely, I've got to be a bit more sensible about how I'm going to go into this now, because some of these guys are actually starting to hit me back, and I don't really like that feeling. Definitely. We've all been there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Even when we got there in the ring, I learned a lot by sparring with him, and I didn't know I could move until I got in the ring with him. Then I knew I could move, because you get a hit and then you're like, oh shit. I don't like the feeling of this.
Yeah, well, when you get hit by a light puncher, I was like,
it's nothing. You just go in and boom. But when you get hit by a heavyweight,
when you get hit by a man that can buzz you and you get the white flash, and
you realise you got to move. You can't be staying there. So it's boxing. Like I said, I just think that he's still improving.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still improving. I just think he's got better skills than Wilder. Like I said, remember, he's got a lot of in arsenal. He can fight with both hands. He's got more combination, better jab. You know what I mean? Wilder is just a tough guy that can throw a right hand. He's got a heart. But I just think that how we talk about the right hand, that if he connects with AJ, cool. But what happens if AJ connects to him, like gives him a right hand? How is he going to handle it? I don't think he's ever fought anyone that hits like that. And they can fight like AJ. How is he going to handle that? Because Fury is not a big puncher like that. And then he was able to knock. So what's going to happen if AJ is a precise puncher, who's not floppy and knows to throw a proper right hand, uppercuts, knows how to work on the inside? What's Wilder going to do? Wilder just depends on that right hand, and it's not good enough for me.
So what was these things you said you wanted to address about AJ, where his shortcomings and stuff like that, what you saw?
Well, the shortcomings is basically... It's what a lot of the heavyweights are lacking. Like in today's heavyweights, I think, right? It's first of all is the jab. Yes. Like their jabs are just like a lot of them piss poor, Like even when you had that, what's his name, Ngannou, fighting Fury. Yeah. Like he was throwing better jabs than what's his name, Chisora. Like Chisora, I don't know what Chisora is doing with when he throws a jab. I don't know. I just don't understand that. But what AJ is lacking, I think, right? Because Chris Eubank Sr.
Yeah.
He said, and not only him, but he said something about, so the jab is your scalpel. You know what I mean? The jab that's the delicate, you cut, you slice your opponent down, with that scalpel, right? And I have a thing where it's like the Sparta, you know what I mean? You got your shield and you got your sword, right? So, but in terms of the jab is the most important thing. And as I get older, you know what I mean? When they used to tell me the jab is the most important thing, I'm like, what are you talking about, mate? Like, I'm knocking people out with my right hand. You know what I mean? The jab is just there to just, you know what I mean? Just play around, play around. But then, however, listen, if you can win a fight with a jab without even throwing the right hand, then your class is, wow, this guy is amazing, because you're throwing different combinations with your left hand or your jab hand, your lead hand. So you're throwing single, double, you're tripling up, you're going to the bottom, you're throwing a jab, you're throwing a hook to the head, you're throwing a jab, you're throwing a hook to the body, right? You can dishearten a person with just that jab, right? And these,
like Ronald Winky Wright did to Felix Trinidad in their fight. He basically just busted him up with a jab.
With the jab,
yeah. Larry Holmes was good at just busting up people with jabs. Lennox Lewis, let's not even talk. Like, he literally won Tyson with a jab. I think it was just loads of jabs in that fight. He just busted Tyson up with a jab. So
this is what I think that AJ is lacking in terms of his arsenal. He needs. If he goes to the gym, like, I would just recommend you don't do anything else. You know, like, you fight, you spar with all of your jab hand. Whoever you're sparring, all of your jab hand. You know, and the jab, that your lead hand is not just for jabbing. You know, it's for blocking. You know what I mean? It's for catching, like all these kind of things, for measuring, for gauging, for parrying. You know, a lot of these things they don't do. You know, and listen, I'm not a professional. They're the professionals, and it's easy to talk when we're on a sofa. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this is what I want to see, and this is what I think makes a great fighter. People like James Toney, you know what I mean? He just wasn't able to move his head around. He was able to catch shots. You know, you're able to catch shots. That Philly shell. You know, you got the old school heavyweights. Bam! They put their hand up like that, catching, returning.
That's how he fights,
you know what I mean?
That's how he fights people.
That's beautiful.
That's how he's talking like that.
That's a beautiful thing, because you know why? And I'm not saying you should fight like that. It's just that sometimes you get into problems, you get into issues, and you should have something in your arsenal that can help you get out of it. You know, so that's the main thing, jabbing. But then also AJ is, in terms of defense, the defense is very static. It's very, very static.
Like, explain what you mean, like, static. Like, what is it that he's not doing right in defense?
When you say to him move, right? A lot of time AJ is like, hands up, yeah, and his movement is this, like that, right? Yeah. You're a big guy. I understand that. You understand? I understand that maybe like it takes a lot to do that type of movement, but in terms of defense, that shouldn't be your only defense. You know.
So different looks. You're saying different looks.
Different angle, getting off the line. You know, right? Pivoting round, right? Catching the shots, throwing your jabs, even catching the shot. You know what I mean? Like, these kind of things. Look, for example, we're going to talk about Dubois as well. Like, if you don't want to move, I understand. If you're a very static guy, I understand. However, you need to be able to parry. You need to be able to catch the shots. But these guys don't do any of that. It's just, okay, I'm going to move my head a bit and then back up a bit. But then Dubois, someone like Dubois, he's trying to back up, but the person is coming at him quicker. Bam, 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 getting hit.
But that's funny you said that. I saw that in the Wilder fight in Fury 3. Wilder wasn't powering any. He wasn't even catching any of the jabs. He was just taking the jabs. He was eating the jabs. He was going back, leaning back. Occasionally put his hands up, but I never seen that power.
He does rely on leaning back.
Yeah, he just leans back. So I'm like, really and truly, he could have really saved a lot of bruises and bust lip if he just catch the jabs.
Shots. Yeah,
he was just getting hit when he wanted. So you know,
so that's my thing about AJ anyway. I just think it's just your defense. You, like, have vary your defense and also vary your offense in terms of get that jab working. And no one in the heavyweight division, except for Fury and what's his name, Parker. Yeah, Fury and Parker show the best jab. They show their best jab.
They're active with the jab. I give you that.
But then you got these new guys coming up, these new ones coming up, like
Gerard Anderson,
Jalalov,
Makhmadov.
What's that Spanish one?
Big Baby. You know that guy, Big Baby as well.
No,
Big Baby, Gerard Anderson. Yeah.
Anderson.
Oh, is that his name? Yeah. Big Baby.
What's that guy's name? The Spanish one. Fought that Jaguar. What's his name?
Oh, Frank Sanchez.
Yeah, Frank Sanchez. He's quite good.
He's good as well.
So they're coming up. They seem like they have them good jabs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna go into the predictions now, because we've run out of time because certain people come late. So,
Africa time.
Yeah. So we're gonna go. So, all right. So, Anthony Joshua, Otto Wallin. Joshua. Right. We've established that. I'm going with Joshua as well. Wilder versus Joseph Parker. I'm going with Wilder. You pick Wilder as well. All right, cool. Yeah. So, all right. Dimitri Bivol versus Lyndon Arthur.
Bivol,
yeah. Daniel Dubois versus Jarrell Miller.
See, I'm going to go with Daniel Dubois. You know, that's just based on what I've seen in camp.
Yep.
And I'm seeing the way he's been training, and in terms of sparring, I think he's looking razor sharp. And I don't think Baby Miller's ever fought anyone like that. I don't think Baby Miller's going to be able to handle the power that Danny Dubois is going to basically show him. I don't think he's going to be able to handle that. That's just me personally.
I would say Danny Dubois, because I actually sparred Danny Dubois as well when he was he was a young kid, man. Like, he came into the gym and like he was with his dad, and his dad brought him to the gym. I mean, they were like, yeah, we need some heavyweights to spar with this guy, and that's when I was just really starting off as well. And yeah, so I would say he's a better boxer than Jared Miller. He's a better boxer. But what I would say about quickly with him and Jared Miller is to not blow his tank trying to like
take him out.
Take him out, because Gerard can absorb. He absorbs a lot, you know. And a lot of the times when he's knocked down people or he's beaten a lot of his other fighters is when they got exhausted. You know, they got exhausted quicker than him. He's very relaxed. I like that about him. He's very relaxed. However, if you go in there trying to think, I'm gonna just pepper him because he's always pressuring you, you're gonna try to get him out of there because he's pressuring you. Because when you're getting pressured, you just want to get them out. But I would just say, just take your time, parry. His punches are not super sharp, so just take your time, pepper him. You can even win it on points. That's what I would say about that.
I think that's the safer bet. To try and, rather than pushing and shoving, trying to blast a man who's, because I heard he's come off the plane and he's weighing 325 pounds. Yeah. So that's a lot of man to move. It's best to use your boxing skills.
You know, he's just gonna soak up all your punches. You're gonna gas out, and then he's gonna start coming and hitting you.
And it's true what you said. And before you said that, I'm gonna kick. And it's true what you said, because obviously in the camp I've seen the sparring, the Dubois and big guys, and like Jose Stewart. He weighs about 350, but I don't know how much he weighs, but he's a big guy. And it is tiring fighting guys like that. It is tiring because like once they clinch you and things like that, and they can absorb the punches. Is when you get tired, exactly what you said. When you get tired, that's when they come in, because they can absorb it, and then they can wear you out. So he
needs to just take his time, and a lot of time when you fight big fighters as well, when you fight bigger guys, right? I don't know, me from what I've experienced as well, is that when you throw your punch, right, you're throwing your punch and you're trying to move them with the punch too. So it's like you throw the punch, but you're pushing them. That takes energy, mate. You just want to tap them.
It's like what guys try to do on heavy bags to try and look impressive. They think moving the bag means you're punching hard, but you know you're not. The bag is meant to stay still. That's when you know you're hitting hard. Moving the bag just means you're pushing it.
Just pushing.
You're not really doing that.
You don't want to be here. You want to be here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Tapping them.
Jaya Patai versus Ellis Zoro.
I'm not too well versed in those fighters, so like, I'm not.
Well, I'm rooting for Ellis Zoro. He went my school. He's from the ends, but it's a hard ask, and I've got to pick Jaya Patai.
That's that guy, that New Zealand guy, right?
Yes.
That New Zealand guy. Oh mate, he beat up that other guy, Jordan Thompson. That guy actually trains at the gym. He trains at the gym that I train at, right? And I've seen him, and I thought, you know what, he would do much better than that. But that Patai guy was vicious with the punches.
I'm telling you.
So I'll go with him just for the fact that he did that.
I'll go with him as well.
I'll go with him.
Arslanbek Makhmudov versus Ajit Caballero.
Say that again. Who?
Arslanbek Makhmudov or Ajit Caballero.
Okay, I don't know these fighters.
This is actually the most 50-50 fight out of two, to be fair. Arslanbek Makhmudov, he's been knocking out everybody, but he's never had someone who actually kind of knows how to move out the way, and is a boxer. Whereas Ajit Caballero is a very skillful boxer, and I think this is going to be the upset on the card. I'm going with Caballero to beat Makhmudov.
Okay,
by points or by just
what country are they from? What
Makhmudov is, I think he's he's Russian.
Okay, and
Caballero is German. Okay. But I don't think he's not proper German. He looks like kind of Syrian-y kind of looking.
Okay, I'm gonna say the Russian guy. Just for the fact he comes from them sides.
That's what I'm saying. You know them men are tough.
Fighting beers. I'll say those
it.
guys based on just that. I'll say just that. You know.
And what's it? Frank Sanchez versus Junior Farr.
Frank Sanchez all day.
Yeah, Junior Farr is a joke. Hold on. What's the other one? And Filip Hrgović versus Mark Demori.
Philip I'll say.
The way I saw David Hay broke up that YouTube boxer, it was, Philip Hergovich is the safe bet.
Yeah, he beat Zhang, innit?
Yeah, but I thought Zhang won that.
You think so?
Yeah. And then also we've got on Boxing Day, 3 days later after the Day of Reckoning, we've got Naoya Inoue. He's fighting Marlon Tapales for the because Inoue just beat Stephen Fulton, and he's fighting Marlon Tapales for the Undisputed Super Bantamweight Championship in Japan.
Really?
So this is 3 days later after the Day of Reckoning in
Really?
Boxing
So
Day.
was that Boxing Day?
Boxing Day.
Boxing in on Boxing Day.
Yes. So
imagine that.
it's going to be like 11 a.m. because it's Japan time. Be sure to tune in for that. I'll pick Inoue to win that. But
I'll say Inoue.
You guys both pick Inoue. Be sure to check that out, guys, as well. So there you have it, guys. Also, before we go, big up the drink collaborator, Raga Tonic. We've got the white rum here, as well as the Raga Tonics, the blue raspberry, grape, cherry. These guys were talking earlier that they were saying they need some African ones.
We need some African one. We need some chairman or something.
I don't know. We might call it
Chairman or something.
Area boy.
Area boy.
You know what I mean?
Or guy or some sort.
The Alamo bit is not cutting it. You need something.
Raga. Now, what's this called now? Last time
this is Raga. That's Raga. Yeah.
Last time, what did you have before? What was it called?
No, it's always been Raga.
Okay.
Yeah. These are just chasers.
Okay. So last time you had Magnum, right?
No, always had Raga.
Oh, yeah, Raga.
Yeah, it's always Raga.
So Raga
to the end.
Yeah, we have to change that now. Be multicultural, you know what I mean?
What we'll do,
I know you're Jamaican. I know you're Jamaican.
We'll think of names the next time we come.
If you got some sponsorship, I know Nigerian man got the money, so bring that. We chop for not 419. All legit.
Times are
legit
tough.
business, please.
Times are tough.
But there we have it, guys. It's another episode of the Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover, and today we've been joined nicely by Eddie and Christian. And also shout out to the sponsor, Treasure Boxing Club. Big up Ashley Theophane each and every time. And this is the last episode of the Neutral Corner for this year. So please, guys, make sure you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Eat enough rum cake, enough bulla cake, enough ackee and saltfish, rice and peas, jollof rice.
Thank you. I was going to say.
Kenke, Banku, Suya, Asun, Ayamashe, Puff, Festival. Come on. Egusi, Obono, Eba, Amala.
We'll go to English.
And Taba.
And Taba, innit? Nothing to Congolese. Taba.
Yeah. All that good stuff. And remember, guys, in life, always remember this in your heads. Take this with you. Persistence beats resistance. You know what it is.